Lord have mercy. What's up, YouTube? We are back with another video. We have a big show scheduled today. How's y'all doing? How is y'all doing? But I first want to open it up with the Derek Chauvin trial. I did watch it today, and the Minneapolis police chief came out and said that he did violate some rules. So if you all been keeping up with the trial, it's not looking good for Derek Chauvin. Okay, it's not looking good for the defense because the Minneapolis police chief said, "Listen, he applied too much pressure. He broke the rules," and I saw that, and I thought that was definitely great to see the police chief not taking the side of one of his former officers, but taking the side of what is right. So when I saw that, I said, "That's just really good that he took the side of truth." And then try to, because some of these police chiefs will be trying to take up for their officers and be like, okay, my officer is this, my officer is that. But it's good that he did not do any of those things. So I'm just saying that we get it all together. So when I watched the trial, I was like, I think probably Derek Chauvin will be found guilty. But it's another thing. I don't really see that trial getting enough publicity. I don't see a lot of people talking about it like that. Even in the chat, I don't see a lot of people requesting me to talk about it. But we need to talk about this because he needs to be guilty. And I think another reason a lot of people are not talking about it is because they tired of just getting disappointed. And let me break that down. People are tired of watching these trials, and then the officer will walk away scot free with no charges or with no time or no conviction. Like people is tired of watching these trials, and then they find out, oh man, oh, ain't no justice. So a lot of black people, period, is just turned off by that. That's why you don't see a lot of people talking about it. Did y'all understand that? So a lot of fools are like, man, a lot of people ain't talking about it, but people are tired of watching these trials and nothing comes about it. People is tired of it. They want something else. They tired of watching it, and then when the trial and the stuff come out, then it's like something totally different. Yeah, so they tired of it. So I hope that justice is served, and I hope that in this case that this officer is proven guilty, and I hope that in other cases that it will make it harder for officers just to kill an innocent person, man or woman, boy or girl, and that they serve the time that needed to be served. That they don't get a slap on the wrist. That they serve hard time because people is hurting. They're mourning the death of their loved ones. George Floyd was someone's father. He was someone's brother. He was someone's cousin. He was someone's nephew. And he did not deserve to die the way how he died. It didn't make any sense. The officer should have never had his knee on his neck. The officer should have removed his knee on his neck. Soon he saw that George was no threat. He had the handcuffs on him. It was just wasn't good just to keep your knee on his neck. In my humble opinion. So a lot of y'all that's watching the trial, make sure y'all keep an update on it, and y'all could just definitely watch it as well. Okay, let's go to our second subject that we have today. Oh, let's talk about Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X song, Call Me By Your Name, is actually number one on the billboards. This is his second number one song. Everybody have been just saying, oh my gosh, Lil Nas X will never get a number one. Lil Nas X is trash. He's so outdated. Child, ain't nobody checking for no Lil Nas X. But obviously, people is checking for him because it's number one again. So I'm super excited for him. Let me see if I can pull up when he was congratulated. Let me see if I can pull it up and let y'all hear him thanking his supporters. Give me a second while I can see if I can pull that up while he was thanking his supporters. Let's see, pull it up because he said, "Is this it right here?" Oh no, I can't find it. Let me see if I can find it on Twitter because he was thanking his supporters. Everything. I was just looking at it. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. This is it right here. Oh no, he playing a game. Let me see. Okay. The last video I recorded was super sad and the sound quality was shit. So I took it as a sign. Now I'm making this new video. This new video happening to you right now. Oh no, that's not it. I was trying to find it when he was thanking his supporters. I was trying to find it when he was thanking his supporters, you guys. I can't find it. Let me see. Let me scroll up. When he was thanking his supporters and everything. I don't know if they got it up here, but he was like thanking his supporters for his number one hit. This is actually his second number one hit. And people, they can't take it. They was like, man, he got another number one. Yes, Complex reported about it. Everybody was reporting about it on their social media of his number one hit. I mean, everybody was talking about it. This is what he said. I want to read his tweet. He said, y'all told a 19-year-old who has just escaped the lowest point of his life that he would never have a number one hit again. You told him to stop while he's ahead. He could have gave up, but 4 multi-platinum songs and 2 number ones later, he's still here. Thank you to my team and to my fans. That's exactly what he said. Because many people were saying, they were saying, hey, he would never get a number one. They were like dissing Lil Nas X. It was like, oh, he's a one-hit wonder. And now look at him now. He got a whole nother number one hit. And he's definitely talented. I think he have what it takes to really have a career that can really become decades. Because as long as you're good with your fans and your fans is with you and you really creative, you could really last a long time. I really could see him lasting a long time. Only if he don't get distracted, if he don't you know what I'm saying, get all distracted and taking all this ill advice that people give him. If he really stay focused, oh, he really can have a successful career. Just like how he didn't pay no mind when people say, oh yeah, you will never get a number one. He went in that studio, he got a new song and everything like that. I say, yes, go right ahead with your new song, Lil Nas X. He got the Christians all upset. The Christians was like, what? Where you going this way to hell? And you doing this. And you going your way down. And this and this and this. And Lil Nas X got a number one hit. I'm telling you, when you got a song that is out here and you got the Christians up in the bunch, you got the people that's not really a Christian but they believe in the Lord. That man got on that pole and he swore down, and everybody and their mama was talking about it, and it reached number one. I think it's so genius of him. Because those Christians, I'm telling y'all, they was up in the bun. They said, oh, he's on his way to hell. Did y'all? I seen preachers put him in his sermons. I said, what? I said they put him in his sermon talking about how he's going here. And this is what I don't like about religion that I think we need to work on. We have to stop beating people up with the Bible. Give us love. You know, like people get in that Bible and they be beat, and they only beat up certain people. Is they really beating up the fornicator or the adulterers or all those type of people? But when it comes to gay folks, it's like they get it much harder. But if you're talking about sin and sin, so this was great for him. I think it was awesome that he got another number one hit. And all he got to thank is the people that was dissing him, the conservative people that was dissing him. They were all on social media. They was on the news saying how this song is bad for the culture. You had the Candace Owens. So what did it do? It drived up the promotion. It drived up the radio play. It got 1.1 million like radio impressions. And this is like really good for Lil Nas X. And if people don't believe it, you can just go and check it out. And who all did not listen to the song? He got people were just talking about it on TikTok. TikTok. It was real big on TikTok. People was getting into that. So this is like great for the culture. And some people get mad, you know, and press, oh, that song ain't no real music. It is real music. Every generation have something, and when it comes to hip hop, let's just be crystal clear. Every generation have a hit of a certain product that they like. You had the Michael Jackson had his moment. You had the Prince had his moment. Beyonce had their moment. Every artist is for a certain generation, is for a generation. So in this generation, we are dealing with Lil Nas X. We're in a whole different era when it comes to music. And some people that are like out of age, is not old enough, that's in their 50s or their 60s or their 70s, they don't understand this music. Why? Because it's not for your generation. Just like when rock and roll wasn't for certain other generation, when people was doing the whole rock and roll, or when people would listen to Ray Charles, that music was just like, oh my gosh, why would Ray Charles make this? This is not against the church. You get what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying when I say that? Because I know some people in here don't like Lil Nas X. You don't like it because you don't like a gay guy. So I get it. I understand it. That's just how you feel. But the music to me is great music. Period. Every generation have who they love. Every generation, when you're growing up, you have who you liked, and your mom didn't like that music that you listened to because it was different from her generation. That is exactly what I'm saying. So we want to say congratulations to Lil Nas X. We wish you the best, and you are always welcome to come on over here to the Wiley Show. Even if my audience don't like it, you are always welcome to come on over here. You are always welcome to come on over here at the Wiley Show. Oh wow, I was so anyway glorified. Listen, it is what it is. If you don't like, you don't like it. Some of y'all talking about, oh, he's glorified the devil, but you smoke weed, you smoke Kush, you smoke purple hash browns. You do a whole lot of stuff. You talk about double worshiping. Some of y'all have children without being married. Some of y'all used to shoot up. Some of y'all used to do even crack. So I mean, don't be trying to come at Lil Nas X and all this type of stuff. We y'all used to do the stuff that y'all used to do. Okay, sucking on the devil's pipe. Oh, let's not don't get me started. Don't get me started now. Don't get me started. Come on now. We can have a whole conversation. Just been sucking on that pipe, just losing their teeth from the drug activity. All right. So we're doing good. Lil Nas X, congratulations. You are always welcome over here at the Wiley Show. I love your music, and you got the girls talking, and that's what you do. You get the girls from the church talking, you get the girls from the media talking, and you also get the conservative people talking. So we are down with that. We think that's great, and that's awesome. So I'm gonna move on. Okay, press one if y'all happy that he got a number one hit. Hold on, let me ask my audience one question before we go. Press one if y'all happy that he got a number one hit. Press one if y'all happy that he got a number one hit. Give me a second. Hold on. Let me see something real quick. Press one if y'all happy. Press two, you're not happy because he got a number one hit. Give me a second. Press one, you're happy that he got a number one hit. Press two, you're not happy that he got a number one hit. Let me see what y'all gonna do. Press one if you're happy. Press two, you're not happy. They said we don't care. You saw we they said three, we don't care. They said three, my generation don't care. Oh my gosh, y'all is crazy. They said three, my generation don't care. Okay. Okay. That's how y'all feel. All right. That's how y'all feel. They said could care less. All right, let me go ahead on to the next one. They said press three, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, on press three, it doesn't matter. Y'all is like that. 33 and oldest don't give a fuck. They said that's between him and whoever he served. They said he got a few more years to be around in the music business. Yeah, he does. They said look, they said Lil Nas is making his money. They said is Lil Nas in the bushes. I don't know. If he's in the bushes, he definitely can come out of the chat and we can have a conversation. If he out in the bushes, we definitely can have a conversation. Come on up out of the bushes, y'all, and we're gonna move on with the next topic. Let's go ahead in there. That good out in the city. Night and day, be with a be that it might have been. Big wheels keep on turning. Primary keep on burning. And we're rolling, 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 rolling on the river, rolling on the river. Okay. So I had the pleasure of watching Tina Turner documentary on HBO, and it was really good. And it's really sad because her upbringing was just really sad. Her mom, left her to live with her cousin. Did she was in a relationship with Ike Turner, and it was a very abusive relationship. He like really beat her, and it really was sad with that part of her relationship with Ike and all the stuff she went through, and then how he beat her with a shoe thing, and then he got on top of her and like made love to her, like humped her, and she was just bruised and beaten. And I was like, this is like really making me sick, just me her going down that memory lane, talking about the stuff that she went through as a married woman. So I'm just listening to it, and I was just like, this documentary is definitely needed for anybody that's in an abusive relationship. Um, and another part of it that I was getting into, that in that relationship, that when she left, she ran into the traffic to go to get to the, I think the Holiday Inn, or was the Holiday Inn or whatever, to get to another hotel because she was fighting Ike, and she was like, this is it. She was doing her Buddha, hey Ming Tra Meng Yong, Chaman Young Young. She was doing her Buddhist stuff, her Buddhist chat, and she left Ike. And so when they went to court, she was saying that it was very important for her, for him to have everything, the publishing, the all the stuff when it comes to the publishing and music and all of the money, that he could keep the money, and then she want her name. That was one of the main focus that she wanted, was to keep her name, the Tina Turner name. And Ike didn't want to keep the name because he knew that she was going to do greater things with the name and music. And then it talked about once she was granted the name, to use her name, to have the name, that she went into like I think Las Vegas. She started doing cover songs, and she really wanted a different manager to really take her career to the next level. So it was another level when she went on, the Vegas and all of that. Then finally, this manager booked her, and she was with a label. What label was she with? I think she had got signed with Capitol Records, and then one of the Capitol Records executive called Tina Turner a O N word douchebag. And this story was retold by John Carter, a producer, songwriter, and our rep, interview in 2009 about his work with Tina. The documentary Tina was garnering acclaim for critics and fans alike since its release on HBO Max, and shedding light on so many challenges the rock star faced in her career. Okay. So then Tina Turner was alleged referred to an old N-word douchebag by a Capitol Record executive in the 1980s. And that story was retold by John Carter, a producer and songwriter. So because she had got signed, she was up in age. I think she was close to her 40s or whatever her age was. I think she was in her 40s, right? And so she still wanted to do music. She wanted to do rock and roll, and they didn't see it for her. So eventually, long story short, she went to the UK. They produced some songs for her, and there was one song they produced for her, is "What Love Got to Do." Got to do it. What's love in a secondhand emotion? What's love got to do? Got to do it. Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? Okay. All right. So she got that, and then she started making hits. Then she started going on a tour, People started loving her, and then they started bringing up Ike Turner again. Anytime she would do interviews, they would bring her up. And so eventually she went on and she told the story. I think it was on People magazine. I'm not sure where she actually told the story about her abuse of the years of abuse with Ike. And then she did a book, and then they went on and did this movie. And I didn't know that Tina Turner never seen the movie of the Tina Turner movie that Angela Bassett played Tina Turner. She never watched it because she said it was so much um, abuse and stuff going on that she didn't even want to rewatch it. So I was watching it and I teared up because when you watch the Tina Turner movie, it's gonna have you crying because they was really he was abusive to her. Like he beat her like in front of the kids, didn't care. He didn't care. And he would just screw anybody. And then it got to a point of an interview that they interviewed Ike, and Ike couldn't even keep a straight face, couldn't even explain to what really went on. He said, "Oh, let's do this over again." So it's like really, really sad. But I'm glad that she got her career off the ground. I'm so glad that she got her money and she got her name and all this type of good stuff for her. Like that was just great. Like she sold millions of records. She toured around the world, and she did. That's one artist that reinvented herself. If you really had to say reinvent yourself as an artist, you really have to look at Tina Turner because Tina Turner definitely reinvented herself and definitely is great when she did that. Okay, all right. So we're definitely great on that. And we'll of course open up the phone lines if anybody else want to call in and give their opinion about Tina Turner. We'll open up the lines and allow y'all to call in on that. So I was watching that and it was great. And another thing I was watching, I was getting my life is Erica Banks. So Erica Banks did an interview and she was saying that a certain artist was reaching out to her was the baby. The baby reached out to her, and the baby wanted to put him on her label, put her on his label. And so all that was going on. I'm like, yes, Erica. And then she was like, no, she didn't take it because her mom was like, listen, don't just take the first deal that comes around. Then Atlantic Records wanted her. And I was like, Erica is just, her mom is very wise. She was like, don't just take the first thing that comes up. So I didn't even know that the baby wanted to sign her, and the baby is an artist herself. So that was really good that she told us that, and they gave a history that it was other labels that wanted her. And of course, she signed with 15. She signed with 1501. And but I didn't even know that Atlantic wanted her, and that's good that she didn't sign with Atlantic because you already know Cardi B signed with Atlantic, and who you think gonna get the most attention? Cardi B will be getting more attention. So if you on another label with another female rapper, you already know they're gonna get the most love. I'm gonna be honest with you. So if you on there with a whole nother rapper, the the best one that's gonna get all the love, which will be Cardi B. So, but I'm glad that she signed with 1501. I'm glad that she was able to get her thing out there. It's definitely into that. Okay. All right. All right. And I want to be crystal clear with you all. I am loving Erica Banks' music, but she's gonna have it so hard because it's so many other women out here that's making it moves. They got a bigger butt than her, bigger boobs than her. They've got a bigger. She's so small compared to these other rappers. I'm gonna be honest with you. She is. I'm not trying to speak ill will of her, but when you see her, she's small. She don't have the full package. And I know some people are gonna get mad at me when I say that. You got a lot of people that's lighter skin, that just not as dark as Erica. Not to speak ill will of her, but it just me just keeping my opinion. I don't necessarily see that she will be a top star. I would love for her to be a top star because she got the talent, but obviously I don't. I definitely don't see her being a top star. I don't think that she really took advantage of the Busted challenge. She should have came out with some more music. That was her moment. That was a good moment, and I feel like she should have did more with that when it comes to making the albums and stuff like that. Now that's just my humble opinion. Now, if you don't like it, we could always open up the phone lines. You can always call in because I'm going to always give my opinion. But compared to all these other artists, they're more thicker than her, and it's just my opinion. When you look at them, they are more thicker than Erica Banks. Okay, they're more thicker than her. All right. Uh, I just gave my opinion. Like I know but ain't gonna like it. Okay, let's go to DMX. Um, so his family they did a prayer vigil. They did a prayer for him, and people were praying for him that he gets through. And I think that's needed. I think prayer is needed. Y'all know what happened to DMX. He had a heart attack. He OD'd. He had a heart attack, and his family held a prayer service for him. So people came out and I was like, I'm here for it. I think that's what is needed. That we definitely need to pray more. And if anybody know anything about DMX, that man is a prayer warrior. He would be out praying and giving God worship and just praise. And just to see people just praying for him, I think it's great. Even like they were like playing his music. I think it's awesome. And I hope God get him through this. And while he do it, I hope he learn from this situation if he gets through it and to really become better because like I said, drugs is not good to put that in your system because it's really really rough. So I just when I was watching it, I was seeing people like really really praying. Everybody was out there, and of course they were telling people just don't bother the family with a lot of questions, just pray. And I think that's definitely great. So the any updates that he's still in the hospital, he's still fighting for his life. That's the update that I have gotten, that he's still out here fighting for his life. Okay, because there's some people out here that have been on drugs and have been clean for years. That no longer do drugs. That's been clean for decades. You know what I'm saying. So there's people in this chat that those people, even people in this chat personally, know that it's know that they have not know that they have been clean for a long time. So you definitely can be clean when it comes to if you get off drugs. You definitely can be delivered if you just put your heart and mind to. It definitely can happen. So let's not act like it can never happen. It could definitely happen. You definitely could get it and be delivered. And you can have that change and that cleansing. But you got to want to do it. As the thing about it, you got to put that fight in when you in there. Because when you're battling a drug addiction, you definitely got to go in and fighting it and get out of it. I'm just keeping it real. Is he still in the vegetarian state? Yes. So we'll definitely keep y'all updated about it. Somebody said my mom relapsed after 25 years. You never know what people go through. You see that? I'm just reading your comment. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope it don't turn into a Bobby Christina situation. I just hope not either. So we definitely gonna keep y'all updated on this situation. I'm definitely praying that he get through this and that he get through and he be able to breathe on his own is my prayer. Okay, let's get to the versus battle. How many of y'all? Let's get to the versus battle. This is the last subject that we're talking about. The versus battle. How many of y'all was into the Isley brothers and Earth, Wind, and Fire? How many of y'all was in the chat? Baby, I was in the chat getting my life. Okay, I remember. Way. I was watching the four albums and the 4 hours, and I was looking at Steve Harvey. People was dragging Steve Harvey. So Steve Harvey was trying to drag the young people. And then Rod Isley was like, no, I like the young people. He was like, and I'm like, Steve, stop. And it was, see, in the club, you ain't used to see no two dudes kissing. And I'm like, Steve, just let the music play. We don't want to hear you, Steve. We came to see the Isley brothers and Earth, Wind, and Fire. Who do I think won the battle? I definitely believe that the Isley brothers won the battle. I definitely believe because they had a bigger catalog than Earth, Wind, and Fire. I believe the Isley brothers won, especially when Risley got into Mr. Big. Oh man. Oh man, when they got into the Mr. Big, that era with him and R. Kelly was an awesome era. That's how my generation know that about that. Okay. All right. Low Name was mad. We had the sound bar booming and everything like that. But who do y'all think? Who do y'all think won the battle? And of course, we will open up the phone lines and everybody there. But Steve Harvey definitely. But it was a celebration of music. Honestly, I wasn't even counting who won and who lost. Honestly, I was just giving my opinion. But was I going around talking about you won this round, run this round? It was just a celebration of music. And what's the Ron Isley brother name? Is it Aaron or Eric? Whatever his brother name, the guitar player. That man was playing that guitar. Did he put it on the back of his head and start playing? I'm like, yes. I was getting my life on my phone. Now I was in there in the chat, baby. I was in that chat, and shout out to some of the mods that came through. Shout out to some of the people that came through. But I was in that chat and getting in, just talking, connecting. I was just having a good time. And Tyrese was in the chat, and of course he was talking about my mom used to drink for years. She used to drink and all that, but I'm so glad she got me put on to playing this real music. And somebody said, somebody give Tyrese a Kleenex. You know, of course, he had to make it about himself. And then Steve Harvey was definitely making it about himself, talking about how he would ride a bike and how he was doing this and doing all that. I'm like, Steve, get somewhere, sit down. And what got me about Steve, he was over there reading them tweets because they was gathering him together in those tweets. I mean, they were like, he wasn't needed, get him off the stage, and he wasn't needed. You know, we don't need a host for the versus battle. Let the artists sit down and talk about their music and everything like that. But it was good. I didn't even know, it didn't even feel like 4 hours to me. You didn't feel like 4 hours? I saw you on the versus now. You did? You saw me on the versus now? Okay. I was in that networking. I was in that chat. So some of y'all saw me in there. And I'm definitely gonna do some more of that. And you know, I love the verses and the artists and stuff like that. Because if I really know the artist, or if I not know all the catalog because it was before my time, but some of the songs I did know
Your
about
show now,
because
press
them
1
songs stand
to
the
hear
test of
important
time.
instructions.
So I was
Your
in there
show is
just
scheduled to
dancing,
start
just having
in
a good time.
25
He
seconds.
said, we sure don't need a host. Steve wants to be the center of attention, not networking. And Ron Isley, he looks good. He looks really good with the
Your
whole
show will go
beard and
live in 5
everything.
seconds. 4, 3,
What was that
2,
where R. Kelly
1.
part came on? They said
Blog
why
Talk
you got my favorite
Radio.
cousin in my head. LOL. Steve wasn't money, period. Steve better watch his bread. Oh, oh my God. That ain't reading him. That ain't trying to read Steve Harvey. Child, give me a second. I'm gonna open up the phone lines and I'm gonna see if y'all want to call in and give y'all opinion about it. But I loved it. Like I'm gonna tell you that right now. When I was in there watching that, it was definitely good. Ronald Isley has a new video. I'm gonna watch it. It's real good. They all did a good job. They all did a good job. For them to be in their 70s, 80s, they were sounding real good. I mean, they did a good job. Let me put the number on the screen. If anybody want to call in, the number is 646-716-8447. I'm going to put the number on the screen so y'all want to call in. But what I tell you, I was watching, I said, go ahead. And what gets me that music that we don't have like live instruments anymore. Everything is so studio based. But back in the day, you had to bring your horn players, your guitar player, your saxophone players, the drummers. You really had real live instruments. You know what I'm saying? That music was just like really good. Like now you don't have that anymore. You don't have that flavor anymore. Only person I think that really bringing that old school flavor is Bruno Mars. I think he brings that old school flavor and with that music. I really think that's one artist that I would say that give you that old school type of flavor of just vocals and just singing and stuff like that. They don't really have it right now. Okay. They did better than the so-called rappers these days. Yeah, they did much better. They said all those old school brothers look good. They look good. They look good. And I was like, yes, I'm getting to it. And I was excited because here we are witnessing icons. You know what I'm saying? That have 40 some albums and all them platinum albums and hits. You are witnessing icons. Like literally last night, we were witnessing icons, iconic status, baby, because they've been in here for decades. Baby, they are icons. So that was what we were witnessing that night. There wasn't no legends, baby. That's icon status. When you've been in the game for 670 years, all the way back when the Isley brothers did Shout, back in 1950 something, baby, that's you an icon status. Absolutely. That is exactly the status it was in. Isley brothers are smooth, here stick with grits. They popped their successful, yes, and you wouldn't pay a whole lot of money to see them. Yes, it was like history maker, and I'm like, I'm gonna definitely have to go and check it out. So if y'all want to call in, tell me who was your favorite. If you was watching the versus battle, let me know how was you watching it, how good it was for you. But if you watching the versus battle, let me know in the comments, and I want to hear what you got to say if you were watching it. The number is 646 716 8447. Oh yeah, they definitely icons. Oh, absolutely. 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 Like if people say they're not, child, you don't know status. Definitely. Yeah, definitely check it out for nothing but the her to hear reasons. Yes, that's my I kept asking where's Ron Isley was at also. He looks good. Like when I'm telling you, oh my god, he looks really good. Really, really good. But they was y'all should have read some on tweets. They was like, Ryan Isley, he could get it. I'm like, what? Them women was in there throwing they panties at the phone. Okay. 4993, call you on air.
Hi, Wiley.
Hi.
How are you?
All right.
Great. So I just called to talk about how fine Ronald Isley was. Lord have mercy, Jesus. I'm sorry. I'm a little young thing, but he can get it. He can get it all.
Really?
He can stick it in he can stick it in the butt. I'm sorry, he can do it because he was just entirely. When did he get that fine?
Mm.
Like seriously, when did he get that fine? Ladies, y'all know that man was good.
I think it's the beard. Do you think it's the beard?
It's the beard, the skin, the swag, honey. He can get it. And Ernie wasn't too bad himself. The way he was working that guitar with his mouth, Jesus. Okay, well, let me go. Let me go. Nice talking to you, Wiley.
All right, nice talking to you. Okay. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. 3154, call you on air.
Hey, Wiley, how you doing?
All right.
I wanted to talk about DMX. Everybody needs to put some respect on his name.
Okay.
They don't need to bring up no drugs every time they talk about him. Whoever don't already know what's going on need to do some research to find out what's going on. It ain't no need for the subject to be drugs every time DMX comes up.
Okay.
He has contributed much more than his drug addiction to the culture. That's not even why we like him. Like, why people talking about that?
So why you like him? So why do you like him? So tell us.
For his music, I like how he prays. Okay, and I feel like if Tupac could perform last year, then DMX pray for himself. Okay, it can make that happen. And I'm not paying attention to him because he do. Nobody in the world supported him because he was doing drugs. We all supported him because he was contributing to the culture of the music.
Yes.
So anybody that don't know needs to do their research. Don't nobody need to keep bringing it up. You know what I'm saying?
And he's an amazing actor too. The actor, the movies that he played in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, Erica Banks. Now, I heard her on the radio in San Diego, and for me, that's like a big deal because San Diego don't really play that mess. Like they don't really do that rap type of stuff. They don't do that. But to me, that was kind of a good sign to hear her on the radio in that city. That kind of shows me that if they want to push her, they'll give her the push. Yeah. And if they play it, the people will come. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think it would have been good for her to sign with the baby? What was your thoughts on that?
I don't know. I can't tell if the baby was already a popular artist when he offered that deal, or was he still underground himself? You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Carl Crawford, who Erica Banks is with, has a good formula. I really do.
Yeah, I think they.
I don't think it's a coincidence that he put Megan on and that Erica's coming up
booked, and she was able to get her a new car, a new place. He keeps her booked, keep bread in her pocket. So I really think that's great on that part.
Yeah, he got to give her the treatment, dermatologist or whatever she needs, because you know when you black, how your booty be black right there, and then your armpits will be black too. When you know what I'm saying, they got to give her the whole treatment.
Yes.
Somebody said her body is fine. She looks thick to me when I look at her. She don't look skinny. I don't know what you're looking at or what people have come to expect from looking at fake booties, but real booties mostly don't look like that.
Okay.
You know, and the other rappers didn't have the full package. They bought it.
Okay, so you said that she got the full package compared to other people because the other people they bought it with the fake boobs and breasts. I mean, and butt.
Yes, Erica is very talented. Like how some rappers do that thing with their voice where they say, I don't know how to describe it, but it don't come off as genuine. But when Erica rap, it just really genuinely flows. And like I said, I believe if they play it, the people will come. Now, sometimes, you know, people just don't gravitate towards certain artists. And if they play it on the radio enough, if they give it a push, you'll have that. And finally, Earth, Wind and Fire and the Isley Brothers did the damn thing. They did the damn thing. They shut it down. Now, I don't know. I'm really having a hard time believing that was Ronald Isley.
I when he took his hat off, because you know he took off his hat and the glasses, and you was able to say, okay, that's Ron right there. But you wouldn't be able to tell with the glasses and the hat and all that.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's giving me a Gucci Mane vibe. Like, remember when Gucci got out and everybody was trying to act like that wasn't him, that was a clone or whatever? And I know they probably been doing all that sacrifice stuff back in the day when Ronald Isley was doing their thing. But they shut it down. They did the damn thing. They did the damn thing.
So who do you think won the versus battle? Do you think it was a winner?
I don't think there was a winner. I think we won. I think the people won. Okay. Yeah, ain't no wrong way to go. We won. The culture won.
Yes. I agree with you. I think that was good. And I hope that my generation and the younger generation was able to witness that real musicians that happened to be singers. Like that music, I don't think we would ever be able to have that era of music anymore because a lot of times they're lazy now, a lot of these artists. But back in the day, you had the guitar player that knew how to sing bass or alto or tenor. Like it, you don't have that anymore. I think what comes close is like Bruno Mars. I think he comes a little close because he sounds real good with vocal-wise with those songs. But I think, man, that was icon status last night. And I enjoyed myself.
Yes.
I should have went live last night after they got done.
Right. You can't deny that. Like, and I always want the good stories to go forward. Like, if the younger people are interested in the history or whatever, let them do their research and find out whatever they need to find out. But as far as us pushing the other narratives, like, if you really that interested in their art, do some research on that person. But I'm not gonna be the one. Well, she smoked crack for the first time with the brothers in June of '82.
What do you think about Steve Harvey hosting last night? Did you like him hosting?
I don't know. I feel like for the verses, it's still working the kinks out. And so with the older generation, they might not have been able to keep the flow going because even the younger ones don't keep the flow going good. You know what I'm saying? Even
right.
From our generation, when it comes to verses, don't keep the flow going good.
Right.
So I feel like it kind of it helps because Steve Harvey has that host experience now. We know he's going to be self-absorbed. Somebody put that in the comments. That's why I said it. We know he's going to be self-centered about it, but he does have host experience, so we got to give him that.
Yeah, and then one thing is this: I'm like, why is you smoking that cigar like that? But okay.
He was cool. He was cool. Cooler than a camel.
Okay. Well, we thank you so very much for calling in, and I can't wait for the next versus battle. Who's next? And it's SWV and Who is next? I think it's the
Yes, and I love it because it's some hits that you don't even realize. I mean, if you're not tuned in, you're like, oh, I didn't even realize that was your hit. Because sometimes I'll be like, that person ain't even got that many hits, and I'll be like, oh, I didn't even realize that was you.
Yeah. I did, and
Mm-hmm.
then a lot of people sample their music. Oh yeah, SWV and Escape. So
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to be on. When is that SWV and Escape? I'm definitely going to watch that one. That one's going to be good. But I heard SWV got more hits than Escape. I don't know.
They might have a few hits that we didn't even realize that was them.
So we should see how that's gonna go. I'm definitely gonna be watching that one. But I think last night was fun.
Let me go.
I'm definitely gonna be glad they said that's gonna be good. That's gonna be on Mother's Day. On Mother's Day, SWV and Escape, they're gonna be on Mother's Day. Well, we thank you so much for calling in, sister.
Thanks for listening, Wiley. I appreciate it.
All right now. Bye-bye. Okay. Bye. Well, I'm definitely on Mother's Day. I'm gonna be watching it. I'm gonna say, Mama, you gotta watch it. Okay. Then Escape and SWV in May. Yes. We have One Life to Live. The performance with them might have been on Steve Harvey bucket list. Yes, they said Method Man and Red Man on 420. What? Really? Okay, I'm gonna definitely watch it. All right. I'm definitely gonna watch all of it. I'm gonna tell you that. I want to say thank you to everybody that went on our wish list and gave us the products on the wish list. If you just want to donate to our Cash App, you can. I'm down with that because then I can just go get whatever. But I just want to say thank you to everybody that have contributed to the wish list on Walmart. Thank you for everybody that's purchased something over there. We will do one for Amazon, but I just did one for Walmart for right now. But if you contribute, thank you. For those that send us Cash Apps, thank you for that. Honestly, I really want to thank y'all for that. I should be fully moved into my new place this week, so we shall see how that's going to go. I will be fully moved in this week. Anonymous, you live on air.
Hi, Wally.
Hi.
How you doing?
All right.
Okay. First I want to say prayers up to DMX and his family. I love the fact that Rough Riders is coming out, showing so much support in the fans and stuff. Are gathering out there at the hospital, showing so much support, sending up so much prayers, to him. So I just hope that he pulls through. You know what I'm saying? Because DMX is definitely a legend. He's done so many great things. He's pushed so much through the culture, from movies to music to so much, So I definitely want to extend that, to the family and to everybody else, that's out there, that is showing him so much love, and be really praying for him, for him to, pull through. So I definitely want to say that. Lil Nas X, congratulations, I guess, for, dancing with Satan. I don't know. I guess if that's what he wanted to do, to get his number one, congratulations to that. I don't support it. I never watched the video. I did see it through Mob Radio, but I never watched it, but whatever. Erica Banks, I'm glad that she did not go with the baby, simply because as an artist, you are trying to push. Remember, the baby is a fairly new artist himself, so you're trying to push your music, and it's kind of difficult for artists to manage other artists and trying to remain relevant also. So I'm glad that she listened to her mother, and she didn't just jump on the first thing that came forward to her. That she waited. She didn't jump on Atlantic. She didn't jump on, a lot of other, companies that wanted her. And, she went with Carl. And he is definitely putting in a lot of work with her. He's definitely pushing her forward. I don't agree with you as far as she has to look a particular type of way, because she does look like a natural woman. We have to kind of steer away from this imagery where, everybody has to look like fake Barbie dolls, where they got to have big titties and big booties. For us to feel like, they're worthy or, you know, of something like that. So I disagree with that. I think she looks good. I think she definitely, you know, needs her stylist. And yeah, once she, you know, the money and stuff starts, we'll see a glow up of Erica Banks. But yeah, I'm gonna say that on that. In regards to the versus battle, I loved it. I loved it. We got a free concert. We got to witness two icons, two legends, two legendary groups last night. I absolutely loved. I loved Earth, Wind, and Fire, and I loved the Isley Brothers. And I did not know that that was Ron Isley either. Uncle looked like a whole snack. I'm serious. I was like, well, hold on, where's Ron Isley? Where's Ron Isley? Where is he at? You know, I'm like, but Uncle looked like a whole snack. Yes, God, he looks good for 79 years old. And you know what I really, really, really loved about it is that he performed those two songs that he got with R. Kelly, and he performed those songs with courage. He didn't care what people thought about it. He brought Mr. Biggs to us, okay? And yes, social media went in, and you know, social media is divided. But I mean, are we really canceling R. Kelly? People still listen to Elvis Presley. People still buy Playboy Bunny stuff. Hugh Hefner, Woody Allen, all of these people. R. Kelly is just simply accused. He has not been found guilty. Are we really canceling R. Kelly? People still listen to Chris Brown and he not me on the side of the head. What about the baby? They not canceling. Like, are we really canceling R. Kelly? And then he released a song. I don't know if you heard the song that's trending, number 21 or number 22 on YouTube right now. He released a song directly after that was written and produced by R. Kelly. That has Backyard Party and Step in the Name of Love all through it. It's currently trending right now on YouTube.
I didn't know that he had released a song. Okay,
it's currently trending right now on YouTube. You cannot cancel the GOAT. I don't care what nobody say. It's still free R. Kelly. Charges does not mean that you're guilty. People are falsely accused every day. And I love the fact that the Isley Brothers stood 10 toes down. They performed their music. And it is what it is. You hate it or you love it. R. Kelly is the GOAT, and they performed it, and they did great. So I loved it.
All right. We thank you so very much for letting me know. I'm going to definitely check out his new song. He got a new song out.
Yeah, check out the new song. And R. Kelly got a new song, too, that dropped on his birthday called Not Supposed to Be. Like, listen to that one, too.
Okay. I would definitely have to check that out.
Well,
okay. All right. All right. Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye. All right, y'all. All right. We will see y'all later. We want to thank everybody that called in. Okay. Also, too, I want to say thank you everybody that contributed to our registry list. If you couldn't, you could just send us the Cash App. You know, that would be helpful if you want to be a blessing to us. Some of y'all are sending something to the P.O. Box, so I will be checking that out. And we want to thank you so very much for that. Only thing I received from the what's the name is the silverware. So I didn't receive nothing else. So if you could just give me the confirmation number or whatever, or you can just let me know when I'm supposed to be looking out for the new stuff. Just let me know for that. And the versus battle was good. I had a good old time watching it. Not to mention live on air. Okay. We're going to the. They said a man is not that man is not falsely accused. He's on tape. Here we go again. And I don't know if R. Kelly is innocent or guilty. So I don't know if he's innocent or guilty. So I still play R. Kelly's music, period. So I still get on and I still play his music. I still have a good time listening to his music, period. Okay. You know, you didn't convict him on the tape. Listen, I ain't gonna make this son R. Kelly. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so very much for tuning in. I will see y'all later. Peace.